Hello and welcome to Norway.
You may have heard about our country. It's up in the north where it's cold in all seasons, except today actually.
But don't worry, there are no polar bears here right now.
In Norway, we're very dedicated to the winter sports like
skiing,
biathlon,
snowboarding and slalom.
But we also love other sports like handball, golf, chess and even bicycling.
We talk Norwegian, which is a lot different from Spanish and German. So we thought it would be interesting for you to learn some Norwegian words and sentences.
My name is Jeg heter.
How are you? Hvordan går det?
How old are you? Yes, hvor gammel er du?
But the next word we want you to guess in the comment sections after we post this video. The word is brunost.
We'll give you a hint. It's a traditional Norwegian food.
Now you'll learn some general information about
We will also want to tell you about our favorite part of the Norwegian history.
The Vikings!
The Vikings. The Vikings were Scandinavian conquerors who sailed over 7 seas and rode both people and villages. These Vikings raided and settled coastal sites between the 9th and 11th century. This is why you can find tracks of Norwegian, Swedish and Danish Vikings all around Europe.
The Vikings are known for their beautiful ships and their barbarian weapons, and they're often called wild and uncivilized. But this is not true. Most Vikings lived in civilized societies and were not that brutal when they took land as many pictures them.
But of course, they were not gentle either. They robbed, killed and burned down villages and even took people as slaves back to Scandinavia. Their purpose with this was to scare other people and make them surrender, which worked. The entire European continent feared the Vikings' wildness in battles and the fact that they were not afraid of dying.
The Vikings were skilled seafarers, and they sailed with the most beautiful ships. They were made of the finest wood and they were enormous. On the tip of the ship it was usual to carve a dragon head, and here's a picture.
In the beginning of the Viking period, the ship was somehow slow, because the people had to row with oars for many hours. Later, the ship were customized with huge sails. This made the trip much more comfortable, easy and a lot faster.
Now we have told you some general facts about the Vikings. Right now we will represent to you 10 facts about the Vikings!
Number 1. Vikings did not wear horned helmets. You have maybe seen some cartoon strips of Vikings with horned helmets, but those are actually historically wrong. The Vikings did not have horns on their helmets. The only real Viking helmet ever discovered is horn-free. However, you're not totally wrong because Norse and Germanic priests did indeed wear helmets on ceremonial purposes.
Fact number 2. The Vikings were known for their hygiene. When you first think about the word Viking, I bet you think about some dirty and barbarian warriors, but they were actually quite the opposite. Archaeologists have found razors, tweezers, combs and even Q-tips made out of animal bones from the Viking period. And the Vikings even took a bath at least once a week, which was far more often than other Europeans at that time.
Number 3. The Vikings buried their dead in boats. There is no doubt the Vikings loved their boats, even so much that it was an honor to them to be buried in one. The Vikings believed that the ships that served them well in life would take them to their final destinations beyond death. Vikings were often surrounded by weapons, valuable goods and sometimes even sacrificed slaves in their boats. Fact number 4. Vikings were active in the slave trades. Many Vikings got rich of human trafficking. They would capture and enslave women and young men while robbing places. These thrillers, as they were known, were sold in giant slave markets across Europe and the Middle East.
Fact number 5. Viking women enjoyed some basic rights. Viking women got hitched as young as 12, and they had to mind the household while their men was sailing out on adventures. But still, they have more freedom than other women of their era. they were not proud, they could inherit property, request a divorce, and reclaim their stuff after their marriage ended.
Fact number 6. Farmers. This may come as a disappointment, but the Vikings were farmers. True, some was pirates who robbed and burned down villages, but the majority was farmers who settled cows, pigs, sheep to support their own family.
Fact number 8. Viking gentlemen preferred being blonde. To be a part of the cultural beauty ideal, brunette Vikings, usually men, would use a strong soap to bleach their hair. It's like these treatments that help Vikings with a problem that was far more important: head lice.
Fact number 9. The Vikings did not call themselves Vikings. Vikings did not recognize other Vikings. They probably didn't even call themselves Vikings at all. The term simply described every Scandinavian who took part in overseas expeditions.
Fact number 10. Tørrfisk. Bitter Scandinavian winters and frozen fjords did not stop the Vikings tackling into fish. During the warm months, the Vikings hang up and dry the fish.
It's a traditional Norwegian food and it's served at all occasions. It's called tørrfisk. Tørrfisk is actually Norway's most profitable export business ever.